Aloha and welcome to Spirit Chat. It's been a little bit since I've done an energy report or a podcast at all because I've been very, very busy trying to get my masterclass done for you guys, which if you want to check that out, there'll be a post below and I will talk about that in a minute after I get through the energy report. But I do have a few coming up for you guys. I did a couple clips. One was of the 2020 energy that's going to be happening this year. I did that in a masterclass, and I actually clipped that for you guys because I thought that it would be a good thing for you to listen to. So since you're not in the empath, if you're not in the Empath University, you'll still get to hear the 2020 energy report. So it's going to be a little bit different because it's not like I entered in, as a podcast, right? So anyways, it's going to be clipped. And then I also did another live streaming video that was really good, or I felt like had really good information, and I'll be posting that as well. But weird enough, the video doesn't match the audio, which will be great for anybody listening through iTunes or whatever, because it's just going to go up podcast style. And I will be putting that up for you guys pretty soon as well. Anyways, let's get into what's going on energetically, because it's kind of craziness and it's not necessarily awesome for those who are really feeling this recent energy that we've been going through. This has been going on for, I would say, it's sort of picking up momentum the last couple of weeks, but this has been going on for probably since the beginning of the year, beginning of January, where there is like a vibrational energetic storm. You can imagine it like that. And we are really feeling it, especially if you are an empath or you're of a higher frequency. You're definitely probably feeling the disruption of this storm. And what's going on with this is we're actually shifting. I may have talked about this before, but we're shifting into a higher frequency. The earth is shifting. Universal energy, spiritual energy. There's different types of energy. If you've taken my class, you kind of know about that. But anyways, we're shifting. All the energetic categories are recalibrating and making a frequency shift. And this is something that's been talked about for a really long time. It's nothing new. It's no surprise, no biggie. It's not like, oh my gosh, that's happening. We've been known it was going to happen. But everybody always wondered, well, how's that really going to affect me? And now you're getting to see. So during the year 2020, there's going to be a lot of shifting that's going to happen, but the stormish part is going to feel a lot you're going to feel a lot of it in the beginning of the year, like we've been feeling. And this is affecting a lot of people across the board as far as financial stuff goes and feeling restricted. And so I'm going to get into that a little bit now, because there are certain categories of people it tends to be affecting more than others. And those categories tend to be entrepreneurs. I said that funny. That sounds weird. Entrepreneurs or people who are self-employed. This is a category where the restrictiveness is going to feel probably more heavy than it will in other categories if you're employed by somebody. And it's interesting, but it's true. Because it seems to be affecting those with a higher creativity and a higher creative vibe going on. Those people are getting hit the hardest, or are feeling the effects the hardest, as far as the restrictive feeling, and as far as it kind of working with money energy or money chi. So we got the restrictive energy, we got the financial aspect, and then we got the creative energy. And so being that this storm is really compiled of those three things of what it's affecting, people who are self-employed or entrepreneurs tend to be feeling it the most. And you may be feeling it as well if you're employed by somebody, but the level to how you're being affected is going to be a little bit different, because usually when you're employed by somebody, you're not quite as tuned into your creative flow and creative energy. Well, I don't really mean it like that. Your money is not tied so much to your creative flow and creative energy. If you are in an industry where your money seems to be tied to it, you might also be feeling restrictive or feeling very bumpy or unstable with your work environment or your position or something like that, if it's really tied to your passion and your creative flow. And so what's happening is it almost feels like your financial energy is being strangled. It feels like it's tightened. It feels very restricted. And that's causing you to have to look for air somewhere else. So you're seeking outside. It's forcing a lot of entrepreneurs or self-employed people to kind of really pursue other avenues that they normally haven't pursued. And one of the first areas that you will want to address, if you haven't already, but what's probably happening with a lot of you who are in this situation, is restructuring. And like I said, imagine this like an energetic storm that we're going through, like a tornado type storm, a hurricane type storm, where this energy is coming through and really kind of causing some havoc and knocking down some structures that you had in place, or you thought, well, this structure was a good structure that I was working with as far as your business or whatever goes, and the universe is going, nope, that's not going to work anymore. So I'm going to just knock that down for you so that you can now rebuild it in a way that's going to work better with how we're moving forward with this new frequency. So I'm going to just knock that out of the way, because you weren't going to knock it down anyways. You would have stayed in there forever. And now let's force you to look at what you want moving forward. Where do you want your windows? Where do you want, what type of solar system do you want to have? And what type of structure do you want in the house? Let's go. Ideally, how would you like that to look? I want to force you to rebuild and restructure how you really want that to look. And it's also allowing you or forcing you to rid yourself of old energetic junk or things that may be tied to these three areas with your creativity, your money flow, your passion and all of that. Let's have you rid yourself of any weight or stuff that you don't need that might be included in your expenses, or might be included in as far as employees, or might be included as far as, anything that you maybe kind of just had left in a corner and never really dusted it off, and you never really used it. It wasn't useful to your structure. They're going to be just like, the universe is going to be like, yeah, let's just take that out for you, and now you're going to have to get rid of it. So now I've wrecked your house down, I've wrecked your structure down, so you need to now take all the pieces and get rid of them, throw them in a dumpster, whatever, that are no longer going to be useful for you moving forward as you create a cleaner, more goal-oriented space that works with this new energy and this new space that you're going to be in vibrationally from here on out. And so now that is causing a lot of people who are of higher frequency, people who are of empaths, people who are really experiencing this vibrational storm, this frequency storm. That's allowing those people to really not be happy, sometimes even be sad, depressed, frustrated, but very anxious and very potentially concerned about their economic structure moving forward. But what I'd suggest that you do during this time is you will want to revisit anything that's regarding expenses, finances, financial structure, how you, if you are self-employed, if you're in a business of whatever kind, you will want to revisit how that's structured. You will want to get rid of other stuff, that no longer works for you. You will want to create a clear goal and vision moving forward of what you want to see for yourself of this year, because you want to move into the end of this storm, into the end of this frequency shift, this frequency storm we're in. You want to move forward with a very clear image of what that is going to look like and what you want to see, because when that storm clears, the universe is going to send you a whole bunch of, let's just pretend like they're energetic people, to help build your vision. And so reinforcements will be coming after the storm to help create your vision, manifestation energy, and all that kind of stuff. So you want to make sure that you're clear on your blueprint, right? You want to make sure that you're being very clear. Now, for those of you who are also feeling affected, but you may not be entrepreneurial or self-employed, one of the things that you will probably want to do during this time is address any energetic discord going on in your physical space, because we are moving from a physically based frequency to a higher spiritually universally based frequency. You will want to address the physical energy and the way energy moves, any energetic discord in your space. Anything around your workplace, anything around your car, your bedroom, your living room, whatever, you will want to restructure and just allow energy to move through it. Now, energetic discord is going to be paperwork, old papers, junk, things that you haven't handled. Even digitally, stuff that you haven't handled, emails, clear out your emails, handle your phone space, reorganize things. Anything that you are vibing with during the day, that you feel like you have a connect. Most people are on their phone, they're around their workspace. You will want to dust. You will want to get rid of clutter. Anything that feels like, if you need it, and I mean as deep as if your curtains need washed, if your floor corners need addressed because you threw a bunch of clothes in them, but you know that's kind of an area that you don't really, deal with. Get rid of the junk. Get it out. Move it away. Don't move into the after storm with discord around your energetic space. Just, that's not a good idea, because energetic discord with energy around your physical space moving into another space, it will hold on to that old frequency energy that you're trying to get rid of. And it doesn't allow flow and movement through and around you, and then it becomes part of your energetic vibe. So as you're kind of trying to get rid of that old vibe, and you're allowing your own system and the stuff around you to recalibrate to a new vibe, we don't want to be bringing in you don't want to be bringing any dead weight with you, energetic weight, stuff that just doesn't serve you. And so you should and will notice a difference probably right away around your spaces. So, for instance, we did our whole bedroom for sure. You always want to do bedrooms because that's an area where you raise your vibration at night. I mean, we took out all kinds of stuff and cleaned everywhere, curtains, washed, reorganized it. Then went to the workout area and like the lounge area. I did that yesterday and cleaned that whole area everywhere I could, restructured and reorganized the flow of how everything feels, even to pictures. Like in that bedroom, we even moved pictures around to get the flow feeling right. Like, this is going to sound weird, but if you have one picture that doesn't match this wall, but it matches over in this area, you need to move it. You want to pay attention to all of these things if you're very sensitive to this type of energy. Then a few days ago, like I'm literally doing this every day right now because I can feel the heightened energetic discord with this frequency storm. And I even went through junk drawers and the parts that draw your attention the most, like, oh, that counter's really been bugging me or whatever, address those. If you are self-employed or entrepreneurial and you have paper in the corner, or like you're feeling restricted financially, handle it. Get your office organized, clean things, allow for a new energy to come through. Get rid of stuff that you don't need. Get rid of broken items and things like that. Also, if you might be everybody should really be doing this right now, is revisiting your budget right now. That now is a good time to revisit your budget and restructure your budget and redo your finances. And really be truthful on your budget and work with that right now. This financial energy is when you want to be addressing anything financial and cleaning house with it, clearing expenses, revisiting it so you know exactly what it is, being very clear on anything moving forward that you had to pay financially, making a plan and a goal for what you want to do, and then getting rid of old junk tied to it, old papers and different things like that. So that's going to be really important. And moving forward, as far as spiritual energy is concerned, with this kind of frequency storm that we're going through, we're going to notice very intense, weird dreams and super disruptive sleep patterns, but not consistently disruptive. And what I mean by that is it's not going to be like, oh, you're just sleeping terrible, like, for 10 days in a row. You're going to find that, oh, you sleep terrible for 2 nights, and then all of a sudden you have really deep sleep. And then the next thing you know, you're sleeping terrible again, then deep sleep. And then it's just going to be all over the place. Just like kind of roller coastery. You're going to find that you're really awake one night, and then the next night you're just like can't even stay awake past like 10 o'clock if you're normally go to bed at midnight. You're going to find very irregular sleep patterns, weird dreams, very strange dreams, a lot with could be creatures in them or animals, or just like weird vibe dreams that are just like, wow, that was weird and kind of disruptive, and I did not enjoy that a whole lot. I'm not really sure what that meant. Things like that. Then kids are really kind of on edge and heightened with this frequency shift. They're really, really being affected, kids and pets. And so you're going to notice that your kids might be seeing things more than normal, and or they might be having weird dreams, ones that make them nervous or scared. So as far as those things go, again, your energetic discord in your space will affect that because it holds a vibration. And if it is discord, if there's an energetic discord, it's going to have a lower frequency to it. So we want to raise that frequency so that we're matching a higher frequency, higher vibe. When you fall asleep to around lower frequency situations, people or things, then it comes into your dreams that way. That's number one. Number two is you will want to be doing a lot of clearing of your spaces right now. The thing is, just be consistent at it when we're going through energetic waves such as this. And then the other thing that I do talk about a little bit in the 2020 report, because this is kind of going to be a theme moving forward into throughout this year, is there's going to be a little bit of smoke and mirrors kind of going on with this particular energy wave. And what I mean by that is things might feel way more desperate or frustrating or scary than they're actually going to turn out to be. And your perception of it might be like, oh yes, like this is horrible and I'm struggling with this and I'm feeling like this is worse than I thought it was, and how am I going to deal with this? How am I going to handle this? Where you're feeling super emotional about it, like super sad or just scared or super anxious, like very emotional, upset energy could be coming with this for a lot of you. But if you tune into your intuition, the actual outcome has a very different vibe to it. So if you're going through any situations where you're feeling financially very worried or like just, concerned about business or, your whatever creative flow and money thing you got going on, tune into your intuition a little bit and feel forward, because you're going to notice that it actually feels just like a regular storm. It actually feels very sunny, calm, nice. There's going to be a lot of positive energy coming after all of this disruption. The bummer part about that is it feels like this disruption is for sure going to be going into middle of March, around the 22nd of March. So we've got a little ways of this to go. And it can feel like there's breaks every now and again, like a hurricane or something, like, oh my gosh, when is this ever going to stop? When's the rain going to stop? When's the wind going to stop? And then the next thing you know, you have like an opening for a minute, and then you think, oh my gosh, it's going to stop, and then you get it hit with another one. So it's going to not feel really great, but just keep in mind that restructure is important. That's a lot of the purpose behind this. Creating clear goals is very important for how you're going to want to move forward with some super powerful energy. Having a very clear focus, because what most likely, if you are experiencing this, what you were doing the last 10, 12, 20 years, whatever, is not really working for you anymore. If you're feeling that you're having any of these issues, that means that the universe is going, yep, you're one of the ones. We need to clear this out, and we need to restructure moving forward so that you're matching a different frequency and matching a different part of yourself, because your soul and your spiritual wants and needs and desires are not really matching this. So we need to help you recalibrate, and that's what you're doing. You're kind of, if you're feeling this, you're in transition. You're actually in transition moving forward into the new frequency. That's what's going on if you're feeling any of this disruptive, scary, weird energy. And so it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's something that you probably would have left trying to bring into the new frequency just because you could have. And it's easier and it's way less scary and all of those things. And then do keep in mind, it's kind of like you're in a fog. You can't really see the end. You can't really see what's going to be the outcome. So don't just assume that it's going to continue on this path. It's going to, if you're worried about money or whatever, just assume that it's going to actually clear up and that you were addressing some things that needed to happen. And then the last thing is keep moving forward with creative energy. So keep aligning with creative energy as you're moving forward. Whether you're in a job or whether you're self-employed, it doesn't matter. But really stay a little focused on creating things that you probably will see manifest around June, July time. So create goals, create, whatever. Maybe you're creating a class, maybe you're bringing a new business, maybe you're looking for a new job, maybe whatever it is. Keep moving forward in this. Don't just stop and then panic, and don't stop and just be like, oh my gosh, this is like the beginning of the end or whatever, of like whatever you were doing prior to that. It just feels like everything's crashing down. Keep being proactive, keep moving forward, because you're putting seeds in place that are being very watered right now. They're just seeds though. So it doesn't feel like it's being productive, but there are seeds, and they're being watered by this storm. They're being watered by this frequency. You're planting them in a very high frequency energetic wave, a high frequency time. You're planting them in a different wave than the other things that you've planted that you're restructuring now. So keep moving forward. These are seeds that are probably going to come to fruition around like the May, June, July timeframe. So there is positivity. It is coming. It just might not feel like it, but that's okay. You can make it through. You can do anything. You just want to keep moving forward. So the other thing, hopefully that you found that helpful, is I did just finish my master class on mastering your energy as an empath. 5 simple steps to living a happier, healthier, happier life as an empath. But I do think that most people should take this course, this master class, totally free, because it actually, everybody who's taking it are like telling me everybody should really take this. This is amazing. So anyways, there should be a link for you. If you want to take it, you should absolutely check it out since it's totally free. I also want to include my chi meditation because I thought that was super important right now for this new frequency energy for you. If you haven't done that before, there's a download thing for that as well. And the other thing, just in case you're really struggling with this and you're wanting some more, I guess, focused, advice or a look into your own situation, is I'm still doing readings. I'm not doing a ton of them, so I have a small window for readings right now. So if you're interested, you can go to the keysspiritworld.com or empowered-empath.com, and that actually I'd go to the empowered-empath right now and check that out. But either way, anyways, I'm still doing that if you need to go further in. So hopefully you found that helpful, and definitely hope to see you in the masterclass. Hang in there. It's gonna be okay. All right. Have the most amazing day. Aloha.
Introducing Instagram teen accounts, a new way to keep your teens safer as they grow, like making sure they've got the right gear for riding.
Knee pads.
Check.
And helmet.
Done. See you, Dad.
New Instagram teen accounts, automatic protections for who can contact your teen and the content they can see.